at Ripple, we're thinking much bigger than just cross-border payments. It's kind of like Amazon with rare books in the early days. Just this market happens to be a $10 trillion market.
We are at a historic turning point.
Said in the past that you are doing for money what email did for communication.
Moving the whole revolution forward.
There's trillions of dollars parked around the world.
XRP.
Is there a possibility that Ripple could take over Swift one day?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of 24 Hours of Crypto. Let's get right into today's video. This is going to be an eye-opener. Many of you guys get triggered, some of you guys, when I say not a lot of people are going to become rich with XRP. But I'm speaking reality and I'm speaking the truth. And when I give you the numbers on the screen today, you are going to see exactly what I'm talking about because people are priced out. And realistically, less than 1 million people on a conservative scale on this planet hold anywhere between 1,000 to, let's say, even 500,000 XRP. And the supply shock. In my previous videos, I've talked about how much retail holds, and I gave you guys like a rough estimate. And I said, retail holds approximately 17 billion XRP. Well, if you do the math right here, these are the wallets between, holding 500 XRP to 5 million XRP. And if we just say this is all retail's XRP, let's just add, let's do some quick math, right? So we have 4, we have 5, we have 9 right there, we have 10. So that's 10 billion right here. So these 3 are creating 10 billion. And we have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow. So I did not even do the math based off of this. I did the math based off of how much Ripple was holding in escrow, how much the exchanges were holding. And now right here, you could see that retail is approximately holding 17% of the total supply for XRP. If we were to do the full 100 billion in circulating, 17 billion is being held by retail investors right now. And also, remember when we talked about doing payments, it's about how much XRP is available on the market in order for them to do these large wholesale payments and, position XRP as that settlement neutral bridge asset for the new economy that they are designing. But now take a look at these numbers because they're monumental. If you were to buy XRP right now, okay, let's say you have 0 and you want to buy 1,000 XRP. I got the Canadian valuation and I got the USD valuation, so you guys could get two different, perspectives. 1,000 XRP is worth $2,200. In Canadian dollars, it's worth about $3,100. Let's say you want to get 3,000 XRP. That is about $6,800, and in Canadian valuation, it is $9,400. I'm not going to go through the whole, column for how much XRP is, how much dollar value. You guys could, just take a look at the screen. But imagine this now. People are coming in and they're coming in with passive income. So maybe they have $500 or $1,000 every month that they're going to be accumulating XRP. But the thing is, XRP is not going to stay at $2.28 for the next 6 months for you to accumulate 3,000 XRP or 1,000 XRP. So every day that goes by now is a ticking bomb. Like XRP is a ticking time bomb right now. It is about to have an explosive move. And even like, for example, right, let's say 10,000 XRP.
ETF. How about an XRP ETF? I know you got Ether out there. How about XRP? Can you answer that?
I can't. And you don't want me to.
I do.
Well, I can't.
All right.
In Canada, no one's putting $31,000 in XRP as a conviction bag and not doing more research on any other assets. Or even 10,000 XRP, USD, $22,000. And this is where it gets really, and I'm sure many of you guys could agree with me on this. Okay, this is the truth. This is just about statistics, how much cash flow people have, how much savings people have. It is going to be extremely rare for you to even own 10,000 or 20,000 or 30,000 or especially even 50,000 XRP, right? Going forward. Individuals that are coming in right now, nobody is putting $114,000 just to acquire 50,000 XRP right now. You and I both know that. No one's doing that. And no one is 100% definitely not putting $228,000, your average individual, into XRP and nothing else. right, with that conviction play. And where am I going with this? I am going on where what it would look like when XRP goes to $100, because $100 XRP mathematically, logically, scientifically has to reach those levels. And in my opinion, my target is going to be before 2030 on a very conservative scale. Many of you guys out there may be a little bit more bullish than I am, but $100 XRP is enough for, to change lives. Anything over, you be your own teacher on that. I told you exactly how XRP reaches levels of $100, and anything over, by all means, you celebrate, you're happy, I'm happy, that's all that matters, right? But $100 XRP, many will be happy, but in reality, a lot of people are going to be selling a lot sooner than $100 XRP. I'm telling you right now, many are not going to be, they're going to be selling. They're going to be selling. You're going to have, maybe 20% of individuals selling XRP, thinking that they're going to buy back in cheaper, but in reality, that is not going to happen as the network effect will take into place and the valuation for XRP will slowly and then drastically start climbing to handle the volume given on the XRP ledger, and XRP playing the role as that native asset.
XRP is an efficient bridge between two assets, including stablecoins and CBDCs. It's neutral, it's jurisdictionless, it's censorship resistant, it doesn't have any central counterparty that you need to trust, so it can be used as a sort of universal bridge. And blockchains are what provide that level playing field so that banks and regulators can live in a multi-asset future without having to deal with hundreds of different APIs, hundreds of different controllers or different rule sets.
Regulations are interesting and important to create the level playing field that enables players to play on it, but eventually it's built around trust and the monitoring of the regulation and its enforcement.
So when XRP goes to $100, your 1,000 XRP is going to be worth about $100,000, $138,000 in Canadian value, depending on, these are rough estimates. If you hold 3,000 XRP, right, that's a $300,000 valuation in USD and $414,000 in Canadian. If you hold 10,000 XRP, well, congratulations, that's $1 million before tax, and then in Canadian valuation, it is almost $1.4 million. And anything over 50,000, 5 million, as you guys could see, you guys could take screenshots of this, and this is where we are going to, put some taxes. We're going to do a median number. So we're picking 20% tax on capital gains for US, and then we're going to do Canada with 13%. We're just going to, these are some rough estimates, okay? Rough estimates. These are not by no means tax advice, okay? These are just like rough estimates on how, give or take. So given the time, the tax for you might be bigger than this, given where you are, your tax might be lower than this. So these are just rough estimates, okay? Extremely rough estimates. This is not tax advice. So let's say you're holding 3,000 XRP and XRP is at that $100 and now you have, $300,000, 20% tax. That's $58,000 in tax. After profit, you're walking away with $230,000. $230,000 is still a lot of money. Okay, that's a lot of money to, a lot of people. And even if you're holding 8,000 XRP right now, and when it goes to $100, you have your 800K, you're going to be paying approximately, $150,000, $160,000 in taxes, and you're walking away with $625,000. So in order for you to be a millionaire after taxes, you need approximately 20,000 XRP, okay, on a conservative level, and that's about $390,000 in taxes. You're going to be walking away with $1.5 million. Okay, these are rough numbers, folks. Okay, don't bash me in the comments. These are just like rough numbers. I'm giving you the US version, and I'm going to give you the Canadian version now, but take screenshots of these. Like I said, many, even like, this is a lot of money. You could do a lot of, things with 1.5 million, 2 million, 3 million, 5 million. And this is just XRP based off $100. I don't want you guys to, I'm telling you, some of you guys may in the future have 20 million, 30 million, 40 million, but I'm telling you, your life is not going to change drastically whatsoever. Okay, you could buy a Lamborghini and you're going to get bored of it after 6 months. It's about the people that you have around you that matters the most. when you're talking about taking profits or the future. Honestly, like anything materialistic, it's going to get tired fast. Even like many of you guys are smart enough, you guys could do a lot of stuff with $1 million, $2 million, $3 million. So I stick to $100 XRP because I know this is not something that is gonna, let us down. And just based off of math. So I'm just giving you guys some clear pictures. If you think it's going to go to $500, $300, or $1,000, by all means, that is your lane, man. And I support you 100% on that. But I'm just giving you the rough, like the worst case scenario here, okay? And for Canadians, right? Canadian dollars, like let's say your 5,000 XRP bag, you have $690,000 in Canadian value. You're going to pay approximately $63K in taxes. You're going to walk away with $610,000. In order for you to be a millionaire in Canada, give or take, you need 10,000 XRP right now. It's going to be costing you $31,000. When XRP goes to $100, that's almost $1.4 million. After taxes, give or take, very, median number across like every single province on Ontario, just getting a rough number, you're going to be paying approximately $127,000 in taxes, walking away with $1.2 million, right? So you guys could go, look at where you are on this list, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, and don't tell us how much you hold in the comments down below. Just keep that to yourself. But folks, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. This is not something, these are just all facts that we're going to come back and we're going to, we're going to be like, wow, this was like very cool times, like, do you remember that time? And it's going to bring back a lot of memories. And even when you go back to a report that was published on BRICS, Journal of Economics back in 2020, and they're talking about on de-risking and de-dollarizing intra-BRICS trade via smart contracts. They've stated in here that funds needed to execute the contract can be temporarily pre-stored in a linked virtual escrow-like account associated with the contract to guarantee fund availability at the time of execution. And then they reference XRP Ledger. Once the contract execution date arrives and conditional fulfillment checks are completed, smart contracts self-execute and disperse associated payments to the contracting parties, automating execution and settlement, as well as eliminating contractual disputes and risks of non-fulfillment of obligations by counterparties. And then when you go on to the xrpledger.org website, you could see the documents under tutorials and how to specialize payments utilizing escrow as a smart contract. I'll leave that link in the description down below. You guys can take a read for that. But it is truly remarkable. So retail, give or take, holds, conservative number, over 15% of the entire XRP Ledger supply. Okay, well, if we don't account for the escrow, if we just do $100 billion all in circulation. Okay, so that's retail. Well, the rest is held by Ripple. So currently it is higher than 15% given the circulation supply is 60 billion XRP. But remember what we talked about in our past videos about the available XRP, right? It's going to be important. Remember, XRP is going to be locked up in ETFs. It's going to be locked up in yield-generating financial instruments that they're going to be designing. The demand for XRP is going to go through the roof.
How about an XRP ETF? I know you got Ether out there. How about XRP? Can you answer that?
I can't. And you don't want me to.
I do.
Well, I can't.
All right.
Scarcity level is going to be, nail-biting action, I could say the least. But so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And also, this is a reality. Let me know, am I missing anything? Okay? The ones that think XRP is going to go to $1,000, $500, I'm with you, but I'm not putting timelines on that, okay, whatsoever. I know $100 XRP is something that, in order to support institution magnitude volume, and given the tokenomics of XRP, $100 price is something that will gravitate to very easily, and every human will see it within their lifetime by within 2030 on a very conservative scale. So it's either you educate yourself and you become a part of this movement, or you sit there and you don't listen and you don't want to learn and you miss out on an opportunity. That's all it is. individuals that already missed out on opportunities buying at 20, 30, 40, 10 cents. Some of you guys have dollar cost average is probably less than 10 cents, right? So at the end of the day, we're on the right side of history. We are already decoupled from the individuals that are accumulating right now, right? And anybody that's getting into crypto right now, time is not your best friend, okay? Accumulation, time for that at these prices are going to run out. You saw what happened with Zcash, right? And you saw what has happened within crypto. Even ICP is taking off, Decrete is taking off, Filecoin is taking off. And these moves are very, very, very violent. And if these digital assets like Filecoin and Zcash are doing that, what do you think is going to happen for XRP when things start taking off, right? Like, this is going to be the real institutionalized floodgates opening up. So with that being said, we are in for a wild ride, and I cannot wait for the next chapter for the XRP community.
There'll be lots of liquidity for cross-currency and cross-border payments, and it'll become a settlement system that will be of high value.
It started with a vision, now it's spreading wide. SLT's the token, it's our Degen pride. 24 hours crypto, leading the call, bringing XRP believers, united we stand tall. First ledger's on fire, trades like the scene. SLT's the movement, power in the dream. From the memes to the moon, we're making it real. 100 XRP, that's the deal. I salute you, you salute me. Together in XRP we believe. From the trenches to the skies we see. XRP to 100 destiny.
As long as a specific asset class actually starts moving on-chain wholesale, and you get true hockey stick adoption.
This ain't just a token, it's a battle cry. For those who know, XRP will fly high. Salute is the name, SLT the ticker. First ledger's buzzing, trades getting quicker. Building the future, brick by brick. In a world powered by Ripple, the vision will stick. We're more than a meme, it's a movement strong. XRP believers, let's prove them wrong. I salute you, you salute me. Together in XRP we believe. From the trenches to the skies we see. XRP to 100 destiny. 24 hours crypto, the captain of the crew. SLT's the anthem, for the bold and true. Through the dips and the pumps, we stand and fight. Believing in the ledger, in the dawn's bright light. I salute you, you salute me. Together in XRP we believe. From the trenches to the skies we see. XRP to 100 destiny. So raise your SLT, let the world hear the sound. XRP believers, we're Ripple bound. From the memes to the charts, the vision is clear. Salute to the future, the time is near. I salute you, you salute me. Together in XRP we believe. From the trenches to the skies we see. XRP to 100 destiny.
So I think you're going to be talking about, market cap into the, tens of trillions, even beyond what it is right now,
The XRP community has been ready for this moment.
We started building RippleNet with the thesis that crypto liquidity would eventually be able to support robust global payments, large payments. RippleNet was designed so that customers seeing the benefits of our fiat-based network could flip the switch to ODL once the market was mature enough. And this is exactly what's happening. Flip the switch.
I think what we're building has, it's solving a real problem. And I think all of the tokens, my advice to anybody would be, understand the utility. If there's real utility and there's real value being delivered to a real customer, there will be value in the token.